Food nourishes us, it sustains us, but what happens when this very source of life becomes a carrier of harm? In India, food contamination is a growing concern. It poses a silent threat to public health, impacting millions across the country. From farm to plate, the journey of our food is fraught with risks. Addressing this issue is not just about food safety, it's about safeguarding our collective well-being. Food contamination is a multifaceted problem. It requires a deeper understanding of its various aspects. Only then can we begin to address this silent crisis effectively. The health of our nation depends on it. We must act now to secure our food and our future. Imagine biting into an apple, only to find a worm inside. That's food contamination, the presence of harmful substances in our food. These contaminants can be biological, like bacteria and viruses. They can also be chemical, like pesticide residues and heavy metals. Even physical objects like hair or pieces of plastic can contaminate our food. These contaminants can enter our food at various stages. They can be present in the soil, water, or air. Poor hygiene during processing, packaging, or storage can also introduce contaminants. Understanding the various types and sources of contamination is the first step towards prevention. India faces a unique set of challenges when it comes to food contamination. One major concern is pesticide contamination. India is one of the largest users of pesticides in the world. These chemicals seep into our fruits, vegetables, and grains, posing serious health risks. Another problem is adulteration, where cheaper and often harmful substances are added to food items for profit. Milk diluted with water, spices laced with artificial colors, and sweets containing metallic compounds are just a few examples. Microbial contamination is also rampant, especially in street food. Lack of proper hygiene and inadequate sanitation contribute to this problem. Furthermore, industrial waste often finds its way into our water bodies, leading to heavy metal contamination in fish and other aquatic animals. This toxic cocktail of contaminants in our food supply poses a grave threat to public health in India. Section 4. The price of contaminated plates. The consequences of consuming contaminated food can be severe. Food poisoning, a common occurrence, causes nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and abdominal cramps. In severe cases, it can even be fatal. But the impact of food contamination goes beyond immediate illnesses. Long-term exposure to pesticides and heavy metals can damage our organs, including the liver, kidneys, and nervous system. It can also lead to chronic diseases like cancer, birth defects, and immune system disorders. Children are particularly vulnerable to the effects of food contamination. Their developing bodies are more susceptible to the harmful effects of these substances. Contaminated food can hinder their growth, impair cognitive development, and lead to long-term health problems. The burden of food contamination on our health system is immense. Section 5. When food turns fatal. Case studies. The dangers of food contamination are not just hypothetical scenarios, they are a harsh reality. In 2023, over 200 people fell ill in Kerala after consuming rice contaminated with bacteria. The incident highlighted the lack of hygiene in food handling practices. In another tragic incident in 2024, several children in Uttar Pradesh died after eating midday meals contaminated with pesticides. The incident sparked outrage and highlighted the urgent need for stricter regulations and monitoring of food safety standards. These incidents serve as stark reminders of the urgent need for action. Food contamination is not just about individual cases of illness, it's about a systemic failure that puts the health of millions at risk. We need to acknowledge the gravity of this issue and work towards concrete solutions. Section 6. Towards a safer plate, a shared responsibility. Ensuring food safety is a collective responsibility that requires a multi-pronged approach. Individuals can play their part by adopting safe food handling practices at home. Washing fruits and vegetables thoroughly, cooking food properly, and storing it at appropriate temperatures can significantly reduce the risk of contamination. Being aware of common adulterants and choosing food from reliable sources is also crucial. At the governmental level, Stricter regulations and their rigorous enforcement are imperative. This includes setting maximum residue limits for pesticides in food, cracking down on adulteration, and improving sanitation and hygiene standards in food processing and storage facilities. Investing in research and development of safer farming practices and promoting organic farming can also contribute to a safer food supply. Section 7. Conclusion. Safe food, a collective right. Food is more than just sustenance, it's a fundamental right. Everyone deserves access to safe and nutritious food. Addressing the issue of food contamination in India is not just about implementing policies, it's about creating a culture of food safety. It's about empowering consumers to make informed choices and holding producers and authorities accountable. It's about recognizing that safe food is not a privilege, but a right that must be guaranteed to all. Only by working together can we ensure that the food on our plates nourishes us, not harms us.